What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, today's reading is going to be a collective reading. It's going to be touching upon the eclipse, the lunar eclipse that's coming up. Doesn't matter what region that you're in the United States. Some of you guys could not be from the US, and that's totally okay. But lunar eclipse happening all around the world, very worldwide event that happens and occurs. I don't know the frequency of how often it occurs, but I feel like honestly, we had between last year and this year, we had a lot of solar and lunar eclipses, which is, if you're more spiritual, it's very significant for the lunar eclipse to be focusing on releasing. And just in case if you guys are new to this channel is about self growth and self healing. We do have fun on this channel, but I do like to focus on healing and self growth. Again, self health, self healing, self growth. So, without further ado, we are going to get right into it. I am going to be using a lot of oracle decks. Excuse me. I will be reading from some books just to deliver the message thoroughly to you. But today, again, we are going to be focusing on what is going to be released during the eclipse. What energies are being brought in. Excuse me, for the collective. So before we get started, I do want to let you guys know that this reading is Reiki infused. So what that means, if you guys are not familiar with Reiki, it is a chi energy that is utilized. We all have access to it, and I am a Reiki practitioner, so I am sending healing energies as we get through this intense lunar eclipse. The energies are very intense, like I do feel them heavily, and you guys could be feeling this too, hence why you clicked on this video. So I'm going to need you guys to take a minute to take some breaths, some grounding breaths with me before we get started with this reading. One more. Very good. All right, so let's get started. So, what energies is this lunar eclipse bringing in for the collective? Feel free to fast forward this video. I'm going to be just pulling the cards first before reading from them. All right, I will grab that in a second. Cards are going crazy over here. Goodness. All right. 1 second. Okay. Lunar eclipse energies are very chaotic. I know that I have been feeling very chaotic. And if you're a female, obviously our cycle usually syncs up with the moon. So not only is this a lunar eclipse that we're experiencing, but a blood moon, and a blood moon is very significant as well. I tried to find a red candle, but I do not have a red candle, unfortunately, so I utilized orange. And what I picked up with just that energies is like we are releasing a lot of energies from our lower chakras. Chakras are our energy points within our body, so more like spiritual organs that we are releasing energies and balancing those out. Our lower chakras are associated with stability, feeling like you belong. Sacral would be more of our creativity, ourselves as sexual beings. So if you do feel like at times like the energy is just really scattered, it's going to get more intense as the eclipse gets closer. I would recommend, as your practitioner, even though maybe some of you guys have never received Reiki before, to just rest and allow yourself to ground these energies within yourself. And I know that I often struggle with grounding at times. So what I would do is, find something that I like to listen to, whether it's frequencies or struction, that could usually ground the energies in for you. You can drink an herbal tea. Journal. Journaling is really good because you can really write down things that are coming up for you in that moment. And you'll have it there. You can always reflect back on it later. But for the most part, with all these energies coming in, I highly recommend resting and just not doing too much and allowing the energies to find their way and find their place. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. So we're going to start off with these two. So what energies is this lunar eclipse bringing in for the collective? Okay. All right. So I'm just going to cover her boobies. So what we see here is amethyst. Now, if you guys are into crystals, amethyst is a stone that helps with anxiety. So maybe even utilizing this if you feel anxious towards this time or around this time, utilize amethyst. It helps with anxiety. It also helps with your intuition, tapping into those higher energies. But this lunar eclipse is bringing transformation, certainty, and confidence. And we have the sun and the moon right here. So balance, transformation, certainty, clearing out things that you weren't so certain about, allowing confidence to come through with that sun energy. And there's really nothing much that you have to do. You can, but these energies are working themselves out. So again, utilizing amethyst to help with the anxious feelings and allowing you to feel more confident within yourself as a human being. Because I'm picking up on an energy of someone not feeling comfortable in their body. That's coming up. Yeah, something about discomfort in the body, something that is being healed at this time. Okay, let's get into the next one. Sacred Heart, Passion, Love, and Spiritual Communion. So this may be a time for the collective to tap into your spirituality, tap into whatever that may be for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be super spiritual. It could be a ritual that you do, whether it's like you brushing your hair and listening to affirmations or making a cup of tea and speaking life into it. Like those are different small little rituals that you can do to ground yourself, as we had mentioned earlier. So, yes, passion, love. It's bringing in a lot of passion, love, and I'm even feeling drawn to this energy being more centered on self, focusing on passion within self, focusing on love within self, tapping into your sacred heart space. Our heart space is a portal of love. Okay, and then we have a hidden path, the marriage, of spirit and matter. So yes, again, Having that personal connection within yourself, connecting with your soul, seeing what your soul wants. And the lunar eclipse is going to clear out those, it will bring up what it is that's keeping you from connecting with your spirit, with your soul. If you believe in us having souls, some people don't believe that we have souls, but everyone has their own beliefs. So, yes, with the hidden path, that's going to be cleared out as these energies come in, clearing out the things that no longer serve your purpose. Okay. We have love and light, act with care. And I feel like this, I love the indigo here. She kind of looks like represents the color of amethyst. So again, like connecting with yourself, operating from a place of love. I feel like the lunar eclipse is making space for us to be more kind and gentle to ourselves, especially coming from a year that was really tough and difficult. And being more kind to ourselves, speaking more kind words and life into our being, into our body. And I know that this reading could be super, super intense for some because it's very spiritual, very deep. So, taking that moment with self and allowing yourself to feel, for those of you who I touched upon earlier, of not feeling comfortable in your body, not pushing that thought process away, but allowing yourself to feel that and understanding that it's okay to feel that way, but also understanding that you are human and you belong, like you do belong here. And your body loves you regardless. Your body works hard every day to make sure that it's keeping you alive. That's unconditional love, but what are we doing? How are we helping and supporting our soul and our body to get through each day? Sometimes it could be hard. We have spirit messages. Observe limitations. Yeah, what are you pushing past? Are you putting limits on yourself? Some people could not feel comfortable in their body because it's their soul. It's their soul that wants more. The soul knows that it's not supposed to be limited. I see 34 twice. Some of you could be 34. 34 equals 8. 8 talks about abundance. So allowing yourself to be free. And so I feel like with this lunar eclipse that's coming in, that's making space for us to really just truly be ourselves. It's important that we don't set limits on ourselves and that we're open and we're abundant and we're flowing because our soul is fluid. And the more we put limitations on ourselves, the more we're going to feel stuck and stagnant. So let's get more into this and see what's coming up. Okay, we have Andromedans. Autonomy, free will, and manifestation. Okay. And I did say that I was going to read from the book, so let's see what else is coming up when we pull that card. Okay. So this talks about self-agency, autonomy, our creativity, left logic, hemisphere, our ascended consciousness, our free will, our untapped potential, 0 point energy, starting from 0 point, manifestation, crown chakra activation, free thinker, telepathy, I think I said that correctly. Go-getter energy, unique, individual, quirky, eccentric, fluid gender, vibrant, creativity, excitement. And it's really interesting how I touched on that because some of you could be different, very different. And sometimes when you don't feel comfortable in your body, you're trying to identify who it is you're supposed to be. You may be different and it may be confusing because you're not like everybody else. And sometimes that could be challenging for the soul, especially when the soul wants to experience. It just wants to be. But when we live in a world that's so limited, it puts limitations on us mentally and physically, how we're supposed to look, how we're supposed to dress. Like, look at this Andromedan alien. Look how quirky. That could be for some of you guys that you're just very quirky and very different, and it's okay to be that way. Don't limit yourself. You're not supposed to be like everyone else. You don't have to be, at least. We have the Galactic Federation, collaboration, meetings, community. And immediately what I picked up from that is meeting with other people. Sometimes I feel like some of you guys could be like introverted, or maybe you're introverted, extroverted. And it's okay for that to be like that. But put yourself in a position where you can meet others that are just like you, creating community, and collaborating with others who are just like you or similar. So what do we get from that? Alone, isolation, no, that's reversed. So the reverse of that would be alone, isolation, loneliness, workplace conflict, split, divide. But the upside to that would be collaboration, cooperation, alliances, meetings, teamwork, travel, monitoring, community, amalgamation, symbiotic, and group dynamics. So yes, allowing yourself to be put into a space where you're just like others that have similarities just like you. And it's the differences, it's what makes you feel like connected. Because do you see how different everyone is in this card? They all have common ground. They all have something similar. Something that they can connect with. Their soul tribe. Embracing their differences. Blue avians, philosophy, releasing karma, mysticism. Okay. And what do we get from that? Inner work, philosophy, esoteric knowledge, releasing karma, mysticism, ascension, divine masculine, self-discovery, scholar, intellect, study, education, diplomatic, and science. So this is more of like intellectual energies that are coming in. I feel like with this lunar eclipse, you guys are all going to be learning more about yourself, self-discovery, understanding who you are and becoming more confident in that. And I kind of was glad that that came out, because with the certainty and confidence, you're going to be transforming into the person that you're meant to be. And that's why this hidden path is here, is because it's been hidden for a reason. You're now allowing yourself to be released from the shackles of limitation, and you're discovering who you are. And maybe for some of you guys, I just picked up on the energy of you getting your DNA tested and seeing like where you come from and your lineage, and what race you are. Um, so yeah, and then becoming more sure of yourself and understanding that you belong, and understanding that it's okay to be different, but you still belong here and you still have a purpose here. Maybe you're meant to show others that you like maybe you're meant to show others that the person that you've become, you can guide others. Like, how do I put it into words? Because this is very difficult. I feel like with whoever you're becoming, you're meant to guide others with your story. Love that. Then we have air, the element of air. Some of you guys could be coming in, you're an air sign, so that's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energies. And these are very intellectual, uh, excuse me, zodiac signs. So we have philosophy again, twice. Philosophy is coming up twice. Discrimination and empathy. Yeah. And I feel like for some of you have been discriminated upon based off of who you were. And with the element of air, again, that's about knowledge and learning, but also about speaking up for yourself, defending yourself. Some of you guys could be 25 here. Uh, so let's look into that. Who cares what other people who cares what other people think? Seriously. Let's see. So we have the mind, philosophy, discrimination, critical thinking, thinking, canny, logic, reason, discriminant, dexterity, communication, language, focus, attitude, visionary, brilliance, perception, finesse, the cosmos, imagination, observations, clouds, sky, wind, third eye chakra, and spring equinox. And the spring equinox is right around the corner. So I see this happening between now and springtime, where you guys are going through this huge transformation. Very deep, very deep. So let's tap into this next. We have Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, end of cycle. I'm going to just pull all these and then I'll read from the book. We have Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness, you are what you seek. A lot of gold energies here. Love that. Third eye activation. As I mentioned before, a lot of you guys are going to be heightening your awareness, your consciousness. I do see a lot of patterns and patterns of this. We have brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. And then we have Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. So being more kind, being more generous. I feel like once you discover truly who you are going to start to bring in that abundant energy. So let's start off with Anunnaki light codes. So great change is coming to you, but this can only occur if you are willing to shift your perception. You may be experiencing resistance to change, but please know this is simply fear of the new, not intuition. If you are wondering what is the best course of action, the Anunnaki are encouraging you to go with the new. Old systems, old ways of being, and old ways of doing things must be released if you are to evolve. Change can bring a sense of vulnerability, but will allow you to make a deeper connection to your feelings, gifts, and what is important to you. You are standing at a gateway of pure potential that will be ignited as soon as you move through this necessary change. Be open to new information, new processes, and new ideas. You are part of the new energy upon the earth. So, yes, the lunar eclipse is definitely bringing in this new energy. And it, as we had mentioned before, it talks about, being open to change and being open to, again, put yourself in a position where you're able to experience new. And you may have been in the shadows for a long time, isolated because you were different or because you couldn't relate with others, but it's time to allow yourself to be open to change. So let's see here. We have Holy Grail, that's next. Okay. So with the Holy Grail, you have been on a great quest, seeking, searching, discovering, but the further you've gone, the more your heart has called you back. You may still be looking for treasure, but you are now discovering that all roads lead back to you. The great source of creation holds up a shiny mirror in front of you, and you see your reflection. You are the answer. You are the divine. You are created. You are creating. The gateway of your divinity has opened, and the vessel of your being is flowing with infinite light. You have been searching for God, and God is within. So go within. This is the key to heaven. Your cup is overflowing. Your gifts are being unlocked. Let the world share your treasure. Very beautiful. And again, this just tells me more of that energy of being who you truly are meant to be. Not being anybody else, being yourself, fully and unapologetically. So let's see. We have two more to get through. Okay. This gateway encourages you to unlock your psychic abilities and to stop questioning your divine ability to see. Know that great potential and healing will be unleashed when this space is activated. If you have an intuition about something, trust what you are seeing. This is a sacred time for the psychic potential that you have had since childhood is awakening from slumber. You've always been a dreamer, sometimes thinking about how the future will show up or revisiting the past. Now the gifts that have been discouraged in the past are reawakening and your inner vision is stronger than you imagine. You have an innate ability to see further than human eyes and are able to identify the energies of what is going on around you with your activated third eye. This gateway is here as a confirmation that what you are seeing and experiencing is in divine alignment and that you are being supported as you develop this source given gift. For some of you, you could be very intuitive. I do pick up on that energy, and this is just confirmation to start trusting what you are feeling, start trusting what you are seeing. And it doesn't necessarily have to relate to being intuitive or being psychic. It could just mean that, like, you have a gut feeling that you should be doing something or you should be making a move on something. Trust that gut intuition and operate from your heart. So, to close off, your heart space is a sacred space deep within you. For some time, you have protected it with psychic shields that have not only stopped you from being hurt, but also stopped you from feeling love. This gateway appearing shows that you have finally dropped these shields and are ready to experience love. Universal wisdom wants you to know that this is your divine right. You are a highly empathic and generous soul who has so much to give, and you're being called forth to reveal the deeper and more vulnerable aspects of you. Divine light beings are surrounding you, holding you and encouraging you to relax. All the restrictions and blockages of your heart space have now been removed. The worst is behind you and the world needs you. So again, confirmation that although you have been in a world where you've felt like you haven't belonged or that you've been different or you're trying to find your path, just know that the world needs you. The world needs to see your gifts. They need to see who you are, even if that's just maybe you know how to cook or maybe you do your hair a certain type of way that no one else does it. You're unique and you're a part of the big plan here on earth. So, really love that. So, let's get more into these energies and see what else is coming through. So we have coach, train, nurture, develop a plan, encouraging, and support. So I feel like you guys could be individuals who could coach others and help others get through this phase themselves, others who don't know or don't fully trust themselves yet. We have homeless, unemployment, solitude, hunger, bankruptcy, and wandering. For some of you, I do see that you could have experienced this loss, but sometimes loss is not a bad thing for the most part. It's making room for the new. And for a lot of you guys, I do see you helping the less fortunate individuals too. We have animal shaman, so more of that tapping into your spirituality, spiritual leader. I feel like some of you are meant to be spiritual leaders. Some of you can communicate with animal spirits, earth spirits. Okay, we have vision, dreamer of grand schemes, mission, and aspiration. And what do I get from this? I feel like a lot of you could have been very career driven and super focused. I get that energy of you being focused on what it is that you are meant to be. But this is a reminder to a careerist is somebody who will go at any level to reach the top, and it's not necessarily a good thing. So you're being told to take the spiritual route and to teach others that it's not necessary. Like it's gonna put you in a position where you're gonna experience loss because you're operating from a space of scarcity. Okay, we have hunter, stalker of prey, aim, strategy, pursuit, and survival. Yeah, operating from a place of survival. And we don't want to be operating, when we're pursuing something, we don't want to operate from a place of scarcity, from a place of lack, because that's what we're just going to keep getting. Okay, clergy, guardians of faith, religion, morality, compassion, sacred mission. I do feel like a lot of you will be, again, connecting and getting closer with your faith, whether that's you going to church or some form of spiritual ritual, and again being more compassionate on yourself and understanding what your sacred mission is. It's going to become more clear and apparent to you. And then we have clown, jester of laughter, comedy mask performer. And I feel like with these lunar eclipse energies coming in, it's very chaotic. So what all this is telling you is to lighten up the energy a little bit. If you're feeling like you need to ground yourself, look at something funny that'll make you laugh so that you are focusing your energy or channeling that energy into a more lighter energy. And it doesn't have to feel so heavy. Okay, so let's see what else is coming through. We have toxic drama, arguments, incompatible. So certain toxic people may be revealed to you. We have puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. If you were confused with this arrow, you are going to gain more clarity as these energies pass through. But I do, with this toxic energy, do see like you might see or notice a lot of drama, arguments, people being incompatible. Just know that this is being released from your energy field, your energetic field. Don't give in to that energy. Allow yourself to recharge, let go, clear your mind. And yeah, I kind of knew these cards were going to come out. Get away, relax, and have fun. Yeah, lighten up the mood a little bit. Maybe go on a vacation. Some of you guys could be going on a vacation as this lunar eclipse is happening. You may be away, or that's something that you're planning on doing. But allow yourself to be relaxed in these energies. This is what's happening behind the scenes as we're shifting in the energies. Yeah, Six of Swords here, moving away. Five of Cups, leaving things behind. Hope you can see that. Yeah. So leaving things behind. You may even get a couple of apologies from some people. This talks about going after what you want. For those of you who are looking to find your purpose, let's lay all the cards out here. Okay. So what I do feel is that I'm picking up on an energy of, again, with this toxic energy coming up, like there is going to be some heartbreak for some. Only take it if only take it if it resonates. But I do see new opportunities coming your way for sure. Just know to continue to stand your ground. After a time of heartbreak, you are going to have a lot of opportunities coming your way for sure. But you may have to leave some people and places behind. Maybe this isn't that you're losing out on people, but people are losing out on you because you're discovering yourself and who you truly are. And this may come with a lot of heartbreak and loss and leaving things behind, but the universe is never going to take anything away from you and not replace it. I am seeing that a lot of you are moving in silence and defending yourself, defending your territory, becoming more defensive. My heart chakra is opening up. I do feel a lot of love coming your way as well. So yeah, again, there's nothing really you have to do but to allow yourself to relax and be more on a lighter energy because these energies are very chaotic. And allow yourself to feel. Don't push away these energies. So let's close out this reading. I know this reading was a bit intense, but it's just reflecting off of the energies that we're feeling coming from this lunar eclipse. So we have surrender to the sweetness, Venusian energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Yeah, so more of that energy of allowing yourself to relax, to be in this Venusian energy of pleasure and joy, doing things that make you feel good. We have wait. It is not yet time. Things are being woven again. And this gives me like a message of just allowing those things to be worked out behind the scenes, allowing the universe or God to reconstruct these energies in your energetic field. Star Brothers, Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, and trust. I feel like you are divinely protected, but most importantly, that you are going to start trusting yourself more and feeling more safe within your being, and that's going to reflect in your outer world where you're going to start attracting more people that are safe for you to be around, that are loyal to you, that you can trust, and that will want to protect you. We have birth mysteries. What are you being called to create? For some of you guys, it could be that you're looking to create more of that creativity energy, that femininity energy. What are you looking to be called to create? For some of you, it could literally be a baby. For others of you, it could be some type of creative venture that you're looking to bring in, but you're not sure if you're on the right track. And Spirit is saying to yeah, to keep going, to keep pouring into that. Okay. Healer, seer, priestess, soul purpose. For some, again, you could be this. You could be someone who is a psychic, or you have some form of shamanic or healing abilities. If that doesn't resonate with you, I do see a lot of you going to a priestess or a healer so that you can balance out your energy. And I do highly recommend that, especially during a time like this, to go see like an acupuncturist or a Reiki therapist or even just regular physical therapy or something like that that's going to help you balance out these energies that are flowing through you or in your energetic field. Okay. And last but not least, the waterfall. Inner power, unbridled confidence, and claiming your place. Yeah. And again, all in all, I do feel like this lunar eclipse is clearing out the path so that you can discover who you really are and what you're really meant to be doing on this planet, on this earth. Yes. And you're going to be standing tall in that energy and feeling really confident and understanding what your inner power is and claiming your place here on earth. So I really hope that you all stay to the end, and I really do enjoy doing readings like this, very deep and very spiritual readings, especially for those of you who are really, excuse me, for those of you who are trying to find your way in this world. You're not alone. And yes, it can be very difficult to navigate a world because it seems as if everything is chaotic. But just know and trust that you are meant to be here, no matter how different you are. And you're not alone, like I said. So, if you like this reading, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. And happy lunar eclipse.